Look at this nice box. Look at this nice box in the middle of us, guys.
So he points it out in the video.
What's up, internet?
That was an intro.
He was giving me the fuck me eyes. We just watched a movie called They Look Like People. It's the feature film directorial debut of Perry Blackshear. And it stars McLeod... Fucking hell, I can't even remember their names. It stars McLeod Andrews, Evan Dumichel. I'm gonna put that on the fucking screen.
Dear God.
And Margaret Ying Drake. And I'm not going to tell you what this movie's about. You really should just watch it and like experience it for yourself. It's only an hour and 20 minutes. It's on Netflix. Check it out. This movie's fucking awesome, guys.
It actually was. It was really fucking good.
I don't really... In all honesty, I want to just put a disclaimer up right now. This is probably going to contain spoilers.
I don't see a way to talk about this movie without containing spoilers.
Exactly. Because like this, regardless of what we say, it's going to spoil some part of the movie. So really, watch it first... and come back. Let's rate it right now.
Yeah, rate it right now and then we'll talk.
I'm going to give this movie a fucking A.
Actually, I'm going to agree with you, an A.
Turn the video off and go watch it, and then come back and we'll talk about it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, right off the bat, as we were talking about before, this movie has one of the best depictions of mental illness ever to be put to film, I believe.
You know, I have such an interest in psychology and everything of that sort, and this movie just depicts schizophrenia in probably the best way I've ever seen it depicted in anything. Like, even books, movies, TV shows, video games, whatever. Probably the best depiction of schizophrenia I've ever seen.
That's the thing, by all accounts, like, everybody who I've seen talk about this movie has said it's the most accurate depiction of, like, schizophrenia and mental illness to ever really be put on film.
Yeah, no, it fucked me up.
Acting is fucking awesome. It's really solid. First off, they all feel like real people. No one in this movie feels a character. They're all written really well, and they're all act really well, so that they just feel like normal people. And it's kind of really easy to get attached to them as a result.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Because there's nothing about them that feels stilted or weird. It's just they just feel like...
You really get immersed into this movie. Like, you will get sucked in.
And I think a huge part of that is the sound design.
Yes, the sound design was great.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. There's a lot of buzzing flies and weird, like, droning, like, ambience and muted sound. It's cool. It puts you in the head of a crazy person, and it's really cool. Cinematography is very strange because this movie is, like, super, like, low quality.
But I liked it, actually.
I know, well, I think it works for the kind of movie it is, but it's very, it's this thing's got to be shot on, like, a fucking, like, DV or something, because it's really, really low quality. It looks like it's shot on, like, a Handycam. But it works.
It works.
Because, again, it's a very low-budget movie, and it's, like, again, it's, like, the guy's first, like, his
Which is impressive
review.
as shit. Did he write it as well, do you know?
Yes, written, directed,
Fucking
edited.
A+ job there, or
It's
A
really,
rather,
really,
but still.
really, really well done. There's a couple instances, little things, like, I had issues with, but mostly with aesthetics, and not really with anything in the actual film. I feel that there are points when they could have showed less and left more up to the imagination, like they do at some points really well. But more than, like, overall, I think it's really, really well put together and really well made film, really, really fucking tense and really immersive.
Yeah, no, this movie is fucking toned for days. Like, I was on the edge of my seat for a lot of it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. It's
and that being said, it's not even that scary of a movie. It's just really fucking tense.
I'm not sure if it's a psychological horror movie for sure, but it doesn't feel like a horror movie most of the time.
It follows more along the lines of psychological than horror, or rather, the emphasis on psychological, not horror.
Right. Yeah. It's very much just like a character piece, like just studying the relationship between two reunited friends.
Yeah, pretty much actually.
Yeah, but it's awesome. It's so fucking good, guys.
And it's like an hour and 15 minutes long.
Yeah,
it
it's really not long.
Much longer, but in a good way.
Yeah, no, it's really because there's so much packed into that hour.
And the pacing was phenomenal.
Oh, agreed. It's all again. It's just so fucking well put together. Like the only thing that I really had an issue with is I feel like they could have showed a little less.
I think they showed like the perfect amount.
Yeah, but like, I don't know the bit when what's her face's face starts changing.
I liked that.
I don't know. That's that and the picture, the photograph of like his ex-girlfriend.
I really like that too. I thought both of those were great.
To me, they felt very much like we don't have the budget to make this look good.
I thought they looked fine.
They looked like shitty Photoshop. For me, the scarier stuff came from the implications of things. the fucking dream sequences,
Oh yeah, no, of course. The scene in
terrifying.
the scene in the basement where the phone just cuts out. It was one of the.
That's great.
That scene was fucking horrifying.
But I'm saying even like the more visual stuff, like the dream when it's just the person's face all in shadow. Which, by the way, I'm just gonna say this real quick: the opening shot of this movie is fucking stellar and so creepy, and yeah, the one where it's like the person's face all in shadow and their face just starts
I know what you're
stretching
talking
slightly.
about.
That's cool. I love when like he's like slowly looking over, you see her hands like shaking and all the blood, but you don't actually see her face yet. It's great, and then they show her face, and I'm just like. So, how did you feel about like the fucking ending of this movie? Then? Like over the last like 10 minutes or so.
Last 10 minutes were tense as shit, and the ending itself I really liked.
Well, because
I ended the right way.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's very interesting when you have like this is a couple films in a row we've tackled dealing with mental illness now.
Yeah, really. Wow.
It's very very strange.
Freud would say something about us.
Something like that. Yeah, but like it's very different approaches taken to it too. I think it's really interesting the way they tackle it and the way they actually deal with it in this movie. That like in order to break him out of his delusion, he has to feed into his delusion in a way.
Kind of, yeah. He has to prove to him that's not real.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole last 10 minutes are so tense because he's the fucking Christian's risking his life
to die in like a horrific way.
Potentially die in a horrific way in order to like help his friend, which is really interesting because like I said, he's feeding into his delusion in order to help break him out of his delusion.
Yeah, no, it was powerful.
It's very powerful. It's a really really good. It's a really like solid movie with a strong message about friendship, and I think it really works because of that. I don't really have much else to say. It's a fucking A-level movie, guys. Like it's really 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 well made and really up there. It's probably one of the best ones we reviewed on this channel.
Yeah, probably actually.
Definitely one of my favorites of the past like year or so. Yeah. Check it out. Don't let anyone spoil it for you. Just sit back and watch it. It's an hour and 20 minutes.
I mean, they just let us spoil it.
As always, thank you so much for watching, and like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you thought of They Look Like People or anything else we should review in past or present or future.